Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. We are starting to, we're trying to, set this up, and I hope, I want to see you raising your hands. Hi, Dot Hassan from Ethiopia, Saima Fahad. We cannot hear you and we cannot see you because you are on mute and your video is off until we give you permission. This is because there's too many of you, and we cannot have everyone talking together. So at times when Dr. Ursula will be asking questions, we will give you permission to speak. Hi, Aksan, Sheikh. I hope I'm pronouncing the names right. We are so very happy to have you here. We are excited about this seminar today. My name is Ria Argiridis. I am the Unicaf International Marketing Manager, and I would like to welcome you to a wonderful webinar organized by Unicaf and the National Outreach Program. I do hope that these challenging times we are facing with the pandemic and all will soon be behind us. Before I introduce you to our tutor, I would like to welcome Amna Chowdhury, founder of National Outreach Program.
Somebody has his video or its audio on?
Yes, I've muted.
Okay.
Amna, would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, thank you so much, Ria. First of all, I would like to thank the Unicaf team and yourself, Ria, and Dr. Ursula. You have joined hand with us, and we are very thankful to all of you. And secondly, I would like to welcome all the participants on the behalf of National Outreach Program team. And this is a very good idea to spread knowledge nationwide. And Alhamdulillah, we have got a very good response throughout the world. I think around more than 600 people participated. And I hopeful that we will continue this, and we will organize more and more sessions on webinar. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Amna. Thank you. We also have with us Mr. Bilal Aslam, Unicaf country representative for Pakistan. Bilal, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. This is Bilal Aslam. Myself is the country representative for Unicaf in Pakistan. So for all those who don't know about Unicaf as yet, let me give you a brief intro about it. Unicaf is basically a life-changing opportunity. It's an international organization, and it's an online platform that gives scholarship to underprivileged countries like Pakistan, Africa, and few other countries. Now, what it means for the people of Pakistan, like for all of us who are in this webinar or for the other rest of the crowd, it means that you can have your British degree or international accredited degrees at up to 75% of scholarship. Now it's a great opportunity because all the universities which are partner universities of Unicaf, they are very credible, like University of East London, Liverpool, John Moore University, and so many others. And there is a very rich range of degree programs like MBA, MSc Mass Comm, MSc Psychology, and there are so many others. So I first would like to welcome all the participants for this webinar, the first webinar of Unicaf for Pakistan market. And I hope this will really positively contribute towards your career. And if you want to further pursue any degree program through Unicaf, I'll be your point of contact. I'll also drop my contact number in the SMS window. You can have it. You can contact me anytime. You can get the information, detail. I'm available on WhatsApp and Facebook as well with the name Bilal Aslam Unicaf. So that's from my side. And we all are looking forward for a wonderful session. Thank you, Ria.
Thank you very much, Bilal. Thank you. So our speaker today is Unicaf tutor, Dr. Ursula Schinzel. Dr. Ursula is an independent multicultural and multilingual teacher who speaks 7 languages. She holds a doctorate in business administration and began her teaching career after more than 20 years in the banking sector and in industry. Before Dr. Ursula begins, as I told you earlier, you can use the question and answer tool at the bottom of the screen. People have already started sharing comments and hellos already, and you can also raise your hand if you want to respond to a question during Dr. Ursula's webinar. So we can start the seminar now, Dr. Ursula.
Thank you very much, Ria, for this introduction. Thank you very much. As usual, very professional. And also Amna, thank you very much for your introduction. And also Bilal, thank you very much for the great opportunity. Indeed, Unicaf is a life-changing experience, a life-changing studies. And also for us, the tutors, we have the opportunity to change our lives through the students. And I can only confirm what Bilal, Amna and Ria said. And therefore we are here today. Normally, maybe we would have had conference, but because of coronavirus, we have webinars, and it is not replacing the personal contact, but I start liking it. I must say, I start liking it. So we are going to talk today about time management. And you don't know me yet well, but I like to have interesting and participative webinars. So there will be 3 or 4 occasions during the webinar for everybody to participate. So what I don't want is that I talk and until the end, and then there are the questions only. So I would like you to participate from on the beginning. We are going to talk about time management, and I think time management is very important because we are all concerned. We are working mothers, working fathers. We try to conceal everything, the work and also family and studies and our life balance. So this is very, very interesting indeed. So what I would like to see is some hands. Who has the feeling that there is stress in the morning? Who really thinks, wow, there is so much to do in the morning to get the kids ready for school, to prepare breakfast? Let me see your hands. Who can identify with this?
I can unmute. Let me, because I see many hands. Yes,
that is good. Everybody is concerned, I suppose.
Let's hear from Abdul Hazib.
Yes, please, Abdul. Yes?
We can hear you, Abdul.
Yeah, that's great. When you wake up in the morning, every time you feel sometimes like you have very stressed, you need something, you need coffee or something like that, and caffeine addict, who feel that he wants something like he will reduce his stress, just like that. Every time, sometimes you feel that actually in the morning, especially.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much, Abdul.
Hello, are you able to hear me?
Yes, hi.
Yes, hi. So I am actually not feeling stressed in the morning. I feel a bit stressed at the evening because of, uncompleting my task. So morning is okay, but in the evening, a bit stressful due to some, time management issues. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I've also got Muhammad Ali Arshad. Muhammad?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Hello.
How are all? Actually, when we get up early in the morning, there is a lot of burden to schedule the whole day. But due to shortage of time, I have the experience that I could not meet the whole schedule every day. This is a lot of trouble for me. This can be a contributing factor towards demoralization for the next day, but unfortunately, we have to keep on. And this is the biggest trouble in time management from my side.
Yes, Mohammed.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you very much. Shall I proceed, Ria?
Yes, please.
Okay, so that is what Mohammed said. It's to plan the whole day. Thank you very much, Mohammed, for saying that, because the issue is you have to plan. You have your day to plan. What time do you get up? What time do you bring the kids to school? When do you drive and work and your lunch and everything? And then you have also to plan your week, your month, your year. So that's a lot of planning to do. So our next question is, who has the impression that you are always busy? And then sub-questions, what do we have time for? And what do you not have time for? So Ria, maybe we can ask some of our students or participants to share their experiences about what they have time for and what not.
Yes, sure. Let me ask Lydia Solomon. Lydia?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hi.
Okay, so, well, I have this impression that I am always busy because I'm juggling classes and also being like founder of a startup right now. And like a lot of students my age usually have time for, I don't know, chatting or going out, or at least, you know, doing something fun inside. But most of the time I'm working, and people think that I'm just making that up to not talk to them, but that's not it. And what I have time for is work and class, and what I don't have time for is probably like everything else.
Yeah, but dear Lydia, let me assure you, I think Ria and I are in the same case than you. And if we are very professional, that is because we resist to all the other divertisements. So it is a choice. Yeah, you cannot go out, drink and eat and have fun until late night and get up early and be professional and work and concentrate. It's or the one or the other. So be assured, there is no miracle. Hard work is hard work. Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you, Lydia. Let's hear from Johannes.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
I do agree with what she said about hard work is hard work at the end of the day, huh?
Yeah.
So my idea, well, why do we have the impression that we are always busy is because I feel like we think about everything that is going to happen ahead in our head, and all that thing that goes to our head, gibberish and all that, will just keep on taking energy from us. That's what I have. That's what I think. And then what you have time for is what you prioritize. Basically, for example, if I prioritize my health or fitness, then, you know, I prioritize whatever that is. And then if it's work, then I'll prioritize work. If it's school, then school. What do you not have time for as well? Something you do not prioritize. For example, going out and drinking. If you're a hard worker, I wouldn't suggest you go out and drink or smoke or chill with friends. So that's what I think.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Johannes.
Okay, thank you.
Ria, do we want to have somebody else, or shall I continue? Proceed?
Let's continue. Let me see these your hands being raised so that I can pick one to respond to questions afterwards.
Okay, so I proceed, I continue?
Sure, yes.
Okay, so thank you very much for these very nice contributions. So how can I improve my time management skills? By assessing how I spend my time. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I also added normally Saturday and Sunday, I plan. Okay, you see it's always busy. And then I think about what I do have enough time for, and I start talking and thinking about it. I think it's very important to start talking about it with somebody or with several people, like during this webinar. That's a great occasion and opportunity to be able to talk about things. That's the start for improvement already, and to think about it, and also to talk about what I do not have time for, yeah, and start talking about it. Raise the issue with your friends, with your family, and then never underestimate how long a task will take you, because it usually takes longer than estimated. And I always say, improve your estimates, yeah, because you estimate it takes some 5 minutes, 10 minutes, the famous 5-10 minutes, but it never takes 5 minutes, might take 5 days, yeah. And then look at the at where the time goes. Where is your time really going, and write it down. And then also evaluate if it's too easy, was it too difficult, is it just a little bit? And then try to meet your deadlines, and also try to meet more of your deadlines, because it's difficult to meet the deadlines, but try to keep to your deadlines and to meet them. And then you have also normally a to-do list, and you can rewrite them. Normally nowadays the computer does that for you and nobody thinks about it, but you still have to use your brain and think about your deadlines, yeah, and never ever expect a miracle. So that is very important. So next question: who feels you waste your time, and on whom? Well, very dangerous question, huh? And what do you waste your time? I want to give you some more examples before you have again the opportunity to raise your hands and contribute to the webinar. So whom are you wasting your time on, or where? Do a time audit, and really sit down and audit every day, every week. And where does my time go? Notice where you spend your time on a regular weekday, yeah? And then also compare it to the weekend. And if you take the results, then you might wish to redistribute a little bit of your free time. And what would you like to do with the time that you have available? So how could you redistribute this time that you have, and what would you like to do with the time, and with whom and with what? For example, I can give you an example that where you waste time often is the social media. I think everybody agrees. On emails, and also that you just sit and then you on the computer and you do useless stuff. Yeah, sorry, useless stuff. So does anybody want to participate and share your experience? Maybe Ria, do you have any raised hands? I see.
Yes.
We have raised hands for that.
We have raised hands. Let's hear from Muhammad Ali Arshad. Let me try to unmute.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you.
Hello. Okay, Professor, you asked that in what type of activities we usually waste our time. Okay. Many times it's happened with me that whenever I just plunge myself in something productive on internet, but I cannot refuse myself to check again and again the emails as well as using the social media. That's why after, whenever I'm done with that job, I just keep on pondering that why the hell I was wasting my time at that platform. This is the biggest issue that I'm encountering these days.
Yeah. You sit there and then there comes a WhatsApp message or WhatsApp video or a joke from a friend.
Exactly. Exactly.
And it's
Right.
only 1 minute joke, but then there are 5 or 6 jokes.
Even more than that.
Even more than that, exactly, yeah.
This is the biggest hurdle I'm encountering these days, and to me, social media these days is emerging as a social evil. I cannot separate myself from it, as well as it is the biggest hurdle in utilization of my time in a productive way.
Yeah, or the Facebook, I don't know, you have
Yeah,
pictures from friends on
from
vacation
friends.
or on parties, or I don't know, also on work.
Exactly. You are right.
And then you have to friend them or to give yes or likes, and so yeah.
Exactly.
And then the one says, "Oh, you didn't like me yet. You still have to like me, please."
Yeah, exactly. Many requests on the other platform that I have posted a picture and I have given a status, you must like it and give the comments in the good way. This is the biggest stumbling block in productivity of the time, which I
Yeah.
think so far.
Yeah, and what happens to me is that then our friends, they say, "Oh, you didn't read my joke. You have to read it. You have to see it." And then I say,
Exactly.
I don't have the time here, but you have to see it. It's very funny."
Exactly. And one more question, Professor, I would like to ask from your side.
Yes, please.
Can you please allow me?
Yes, please.
I asked that you seems like a good. Of course, you are a very experienced woman as a scholar. I would like to ask that I'm full scholar. I'm doing my research. During conducting this research work, I always keep on wasting my time in the irrelevant materials. And second thing is that which I really want to ask you, how to keep myself always up for work. I use caffeine in the form of the coffee, but on the other side, my nerves are always active. But what I think at the end of the 5 or 4 hours sitting, that I didn't utilize my time. So I'm asking that how we can make ourselves intact in a particular task which we are supposed to do and we are willing to do that.
Yes, it's very simple. You sit down and concentrate on it. Concentrate. And this is what you will learn over time, is to concentrate on a thing and only on that thing. So you have to put aside all these social media, all these WhatsApps, and you put it away. You put away your friends, your phone calls and everything, and you concentrate on it. And you do that also telling your friends that you need the concentration and that they should not email you or phone you or call you because you have to concentrate. And then you also tell your friends that you need help with the work, with the study that you do. And you can also tell them how you need the help. And you will see how fruitful and how well this will work out. And also the family, you tell your family you need help with what you do, that you need to concentrate on that, and what you do, you explain, you talk about, you communicate, and then people will understand what you do and ask them for help.
Okay. Thank you
And
so
to
much.
include everybody into your research. When I did my doctorate, I was also working, and I did my doctorate in my, let's say, free time. And I included everybody into my research because it was not otherwise possible.
Okay, thank you so much, Professor.
You
Thank
are very
you.
welcome. I hope I can help you.
Thank you so much.
Let's hear from another participant, Dr. Ursula, Khalid. Khalid?
Khalid, yes.
Hi.
Hi, Khalid Nasser from Pakistan.
How are you?
Hello, Khalid.
Fine. When we talk about time management, my experience is that I feel that I cannot manage time. What I can do is I can manage myself with reference to the time, because time is very limited and I have to set my priorities to distinguish between important and urgent. And I think that the procrastination is the enemy of time management. It destroys our time management. We should do today's work today. And I think I prefer to rise early in the morning. I get awake early in the morning, and I think that when I have sufficient time in the day, by uh, rising early in the morning, getting awake early in the morning, I can set my priorities and I give preference to important tasks in my life. And I think for me, work and family life time management, it is very easy. It is not difficult for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Khalid. Very good point to rise early in the morning and to use the morning hours when everybody else is still asleep and you can concentrate on that. Very good issue. Very good remark. Thank you. Ria, do you want to hear somebody else?
Let's proceed. Thank you.
We can proceed? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay. So I would like to give you some productivity tips. Like I said, concentrate and simply get started. It is very, very difficult. I know the procrastination, you push it in front of you. No, just get up, get started, and then set goals that are feasible, and then get different views. Talk about your research or your issues, and talk with other people about it, just like our webinar or the conferences. And also use the waiting time when you go to the doctor or when you go to the airplane or if you go to the train or whatever, you have to wait. Use that time for your study. And then sleep more. Okay, it's difficult to raise early, but then you have to go to bed early as well. But sleep, try to sleep or have a nap or recover. And then get off time from the mobile phone, as we just also said that it's an issue, these WhatsApp messages and jokes and films in continuation. And also, turn it off from time to time. I'm the first to say that it's always on, but yeah, it's good to have it off sometime. And then reflect on what is really urgent. Have a priority list of urgent and less urgent and not urgent at all things to do. And then never forget that you have friends, as I said before, to speak about things with your friends and include them into your thinking. And creativity takes time, Ria, doesn't it? So
does.
We are always creative, we always create nice things, Ria, but it takes time. And be patient with yourself and give yourself time for your creativity, because the outcome then is just marvelous, but it takes time.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, Ria, that's really true.
We have been getting a lot of messages, questions, Dr. Ursula. So maybe we can spend, I don't know, some time,
yes, please.
A few minutes in.
Now,
if you wish. Yeah. Let me just ask you. This is from Nazir Ahmed. My question is how to manage your time with your family when you're on family trips, but have to manage your marketing targets too.
Yes, so that is, as I said, you have to communicate with your family and your friends, and you have to tell them your obligations or your interests. If, of course, you don't speak with the people, they will not understand that you need your time to work or to write or to research. But if you tell them, please, I need to do this and that at that time, you even might ask them, may you want to come and join? Do you want to be included? And you will see how marvelous it is. It's going to be wonderful because you will see that everybody will be involved. Ria, next one, if I answered the question right.
So this is from Tahir Naim. Why we miss the things we need to do? Can you please share the importance of creating daily lists for time auditing?
Yes, so there is still this old pencil and the paper. They still work. I mean, if you prefer your computer or your iPhone or your iPad, you can also write in it. You can also speak into them. But I still like very much the piece of paper and the pen, and I write down what I have to do, like a shopping list. I think you also, everybody knows when you go shopping, and if you go with a list, then you normally buy the things that are on the list. But if you go without the shopping list, you risk to come up with things that you didn't want to buy, and especially you forget to buy the things you had to buy. And so it works with the daily plan. Write it down. You take a normal agenda and you plan your day, your week. And then in the evening, you check, did I do the things? What didn't I do? What do I have to do tomorrow? What do I had to do yesterday? So yeah, but that's the old-fashioned way, and I still am convinced it still works.
Okay, the questions coming in are so many.
Yes, we are.
Okay,
That's
let me
good
give
news.
you a few more. So what are your thoughts on multitasking? This is from Abraham Cisse.
Okay, from experience, multitasking does not work. There are a lot of jokes about men and women being different, and that women are capable of multitasking and men are not. I think, Ria, you also heard that joke already, at Bilal and everybody, Amna as well. But from experience, I know it doesn't work for either gender. Nobody can do right and well two things at the same time. So it is better to do one thing well and then do first one thing and then the other one.
Great, thank you, Dr. Ursula. So final question before we proceed, and then we'll have the chance to,
always
take
continue.
on a few more
Yes,
questions.
we have more time for more questions. Yes.
This is from Dr. Javed Iqbal. Hi, Professor. Due to issue like improper time management, I keep on pending most important things to do and get busy in other things like social work, Rotary, and horticulture. How to follow priority works?
Yeah, so that is also, like I said, you write them down and write down how much time you need for that and get better in your estimates. Do not say it takes only 20 minutes if you know it takes 2 hours. So block in your agenda 2 hours time for that, and then you do it. But during these 2 hours, you must ensure that you do not get disturbed or deviated, and then you go for a walk or shopping, or you see friends or a phone call, or you go to eat, or I don't know. Oh, yeah, but it is to be hard with yourself.
All right. Should we proceed and then we can get back to questions?
Yeah, very good. Very good. Okay, so I also have some additional productivity tips, like exercise, yoga, stretching, Pilates, go for a walk, go for a run, bicycle, whatsoever. Do something that is healthy and good for you, and also eat well. We heard, I don't remember the name of the participant who said he gets coffee and drinks a lot of coffee. Well, a healthy diet, a balanced diet, what you eat is also very important to be productive. And I cannot, of course, give you now an entire webinar about eating and drinking habits or what is healthy to eat and drink. Everybody is different in that. But it is good to reflect on what is a good diet, and everybody knows that after a heavy meal you might be feeling sleepy, but if you have just a light meal, then you are more supposedly productive. Yeah, and then Ria and I, we know that allow time for yourself. So when you are productive, creative, it doesn't go like duck 5 seconds and the productivity or creativity is here. It takes a while, yeah? And also to maintain a positive attitude in general. When you are negative, from the beginning, it will never work, yeah? But if you are positive and to positivize, and then do some positive yoga, some exercise, some nice food, not too heavy, and then good sleep and good friends, a good network, like Bilal said, the life-changing experience with Unicaf, this positive attitude that Unicaf holds is very different from other universities. I don't want to make publicity now, but I have known other ways of being, and it is very important to be positive. Yeah. Does anybody want to add some other productivity tips? Because now I'm listening. Yes.
let me pick someone. So
yes,
who is
because
lucky?
now it's interesting for me.
Okay, let's hear from Mariam. Chowdhury, can you hear us?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Okay. Well, I have a question with respect to time management, I would say. Particularly, like, I believe different specialists are attending this webinar, but I'm a senior HR professional. So I'll talk about my side. So actually, being a manager HR, I have some planned meetings and some unplanned meetings with management. So obviously, when we have planned and unplanned meetings going on with management, and then when we came back to our own seat in our own office, then we came to know that there are some counseling issues going on or some grievance issues going on among employees, which obviously being HR person, I had to manage them as well. So again, that is a unplanned meeting with employees other than the management. So mostly my day spends on in such activities. Because of that, I am unable to complete my own task. And being an HR professional, obviously I had to go with some, plannings, or have to see, make some creativity of how to change the culture, and, it's a tasks like that. So the point is, I'm busy in such this planned or unplanned meetings. Because of that, I am facing of completing my own task. And because of that, obviously, then what I have to do is take my work at home, and which is actually destroying my own work-life balance. So what should I do? Because obviously we can't say no to employees, we can't say no to management when they're having issues or some things to discuss, because that's her JD as well. So I would love to ask that what should I do in that case?
Mattia, thank you for that question. This is a very difficult question, and the answer, you know the answer yourself. You know your answer because you are HR professional and you know the answer. But the answer that I will give it to you, even if you know that it's not possible what I'm going to say, but you have to hire 2 more people at least. You have to hire somebody who is going to the meetings. You have to hire somebody who is going to the unplanned meetings, and you have to be yourself doing your job.
Okay, let's hear from Hania because she I don't
Yes,
know,
please.
have a question.
Yes, actually, I really want to ask you the productivity tips that you are asking. If we are not able to manage the time in our time management, then how is going to be the productivity of the things so perfect? I mean, how we are going to manage the time management so we could have the productivity that you have mentioned should be the perfect. I mean, how to utilize the time when you are running short of time.
That's why I gave.
Hello?
Yes, I just gave some productivity tips, and I'm sure that there are more productivity tips that you have. So
but sometimes we don't have time to use those productivity tips.
yeah, I know that it's very difficult to use them, and that is why I asked you, the participants, if you have other ideas how you can solve your issue on running out of time. I will give you one more technique at the end of our webinar, just one, because there are all these possibilities, yeah? And then you have to work out the one that works best for you. I cannot tell you which one is the best productivity tip for yourself, because there are many different productivity tips and there are maybe several that work for you. Okay. But you have to try out the different tips or different methods that work for you. When you run short in time, try out whatever can work for you and what works best for you. That might be working well for me, but maybe not for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Like I like you to do yoga every day. I like to do yoga because it makes me relax.
And do you do it? Do you get the time to do it?
Yes, I do. Sometimes I get the time, sometimes I don't get the time.
Yeah. Sometimes it's only 5-10 minutes, and that's fine.
All right, let's proceed. Thank you, Hania. Mariam has sent the question. She says, by nature, I'm a negative person. I try my best to stay positive about people, but sometimes I lose this positiveness. So how can I stay positive about people and people's attitude?
Yes, that's what I also initially understood what she said on the air. Yeah, it is very difficult to be positive about a lot of people. Sometimes very difficult. But then I always say, if there is one positive person, it's already worth for it. So just put all the negative experiences or negative people away out of your day and concentrate on the one positive person. If there's one person positive on the day, then you are already happy. Yes, Ria?
Yes, okay. So
I hope I answered the questions.
Yeah.
Or the question right.
We have, let's hear from Hakima Shahab. She has a question.
Okay, so I have a question from you, but I don't want to share any productivity tips, and as I am a student. So, the main things that, we are facing as a students, and the thing that distracts our mind. Sometimes we are preparing a productivity timetable for us, and we are unable to manage things that are coming in our mind apart from studies, right? Like the fear of the perceptions of people, what they are thinking about us, and the environment around us, and we are relating the people's thought with our studies and with our time management skill. So how we can relate personal life with our professional life, and manage personal life and professional life.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yes, as already said before, you have to try out which one of the techniques that we proposed in this webinar works best for yourself. and works best maybe this month or this week, and it might change over time as well. So what technique works best at the moment and with these conditions? You have to try it out, and it always changes. So yeah, it's always a trial and error situation. I hope I answered your question.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ursula. Should we proceed?
Yes, please. Okay, so also about the sleep, we talked about already the sleep, that you try to recover, and this is one other technique, yeah, to recover actively. And open the window, breathe, or close the window and breathe, whatsoever is better for you, and to try to get also some lengthy breaks, a weekend or a vacation. I mean, I'm the first to say that I am never on vacation and I'm never on weekend, and everybody tells me, but you are crazy, you cannot continue like that. But I mean, there are periods in your life where it's not possible, but these are some productivity ideas. And then I would like to introduce you to one more productivity idea, and that will be the last one for today. The highlight. The highlight of your day. So maybe this webinar is the highlight of your day. I must confess, for me, it is my highlight of the day, and I think also for Ria, it's the highlight of the day. And this is a method that really works out well. You put one highlight in every day, and then you write down how much you laser on it and how much you energize on it. And then you write also down why it worked out and why it didn't work out. So, and what you would like to do to make the next day better, yeah? So if the highlight is the webinar, and I see we had 200 people in the webinar, so that's really good. That's really fantastic. So the highlight of my day is the webinar. We had 200 people, and I must say, Bilal and Ria, this is really fantastic. How did we laser on it? How did we prepare for it? Did we do that well? I must say, yes, we did. We did the best ever possible for this webinar. How did we energize for it? I think I did the best to be here on my best. So, and also students, participants, they did the same, I suppose. So that's the highlight technique. And I show you also that how you plan your day. We talked a lot about it, and then into every day you have a highlight. And if your highlight, for example, is a dinner with friends, and then you get the phone call from your boss that you have to finish some things for the next day, okay, so the highlight just falls away. Okay, then you had no highlight in that day, and you write down that the highlight wasn't there because you had to finish stuff for the boss. But then for the next day you plan another highlight. Maybe the highlight is again the dinner with your friends. Okay, so this is the one technique. Ria, do you want to ask other people if they want to have, if they have ideas for highlights, or shall we finish the webinar for today, or how do we proceed now?
Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Ursula. I have hundreds of questions here.
So let's take
just,
2 or 3.
Yes, I'm just going to allow a few minutes to try to respond to your questions. Let us start from the beginning. And I also got a lot of comments. Having family trip, my mind is always disturbed due to office targets. Another comment is, it's contagious to be on social media. It takes a lot of time. Kinza also said, I waste my time in study, WhatsApp, emails, and account making for others.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think also one technique is to say no.
Mm-hmm.
One technique also when you go on a trip and then you are always disturbed by your boss or whatsoever. I mean, you also have to say no. There are, I think, possibilities to kindly but surely say no. I will not answer the phone for my boss now. Now I'm on vacation and I don't want to be disturbed. You can also say to your boss, I will check my email every day during that and that time slot. But otherwise, I'm on vacation and I have family. It's always a matter of communication. You have to communicate with the people and tell them, listen, now I'm available and now I'm not available, and why. I think if you explain the actions that you do, most people understand. Ria, do we have other
Okay,
questions?
you have with this comment, you have responded to Muhammad Ali's question. How can we say no?
I didn't see the question, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there are techniques and about saying no. Some people also say you just say no without explaining. I'm not of that opinion. I think when you say no or when you say yes, if you do not explain why, the other person can imagine a lot of things. So to prevent the imagination of the others, why don't you just tell the person that you do not do this or that you do that because, and you tell him. This makes you really credible, and there's nothing to hide if you have family, that you want to spend time with your family. Ria, something else?
Yes, I have a question. What do you suggest as the right numbers of hours to sleep?
Mm-hmm. There also, everybody is different. It's like for the eating and the drinking and the sleeping and the relaxation, everybody is different. So you have to experience yourself how your body needs and how many hours yourself. Nobody can tell you. You have to feel it yourself.
Perfect. Mm-hmm. Okay, so does making a schedule for a week works in time management?
Yes, it absolutely works. Of course, you have to revise it every evening, every morning, every evening, or also at lunchtime again. You take it again and you look it up and you revise, you review it if it's still valid, and then you correct.
Oh, thank you. So how do you manage stress at work from Setna? This is Setna.
Yeah, there is positive and there is negative stress. So the positive stress makes you feel adrenaline and you feel really happy. And the negative stress is not so good. So what you should manage is to have the more of the positive stress and less of the negative stress. But with the years and with the experience, you can manage.
All right. So I have a question from Alam Dar. During my allotted time for family, all of my family members, my son, daughter, and wife, always remain busy on their cell phones. So how can I effectively spend my time with them?
Yeah, the cell phone, that is an issue. I think everybody knows that. You can talk about it, speak openly, tell your family, listen, now I have time for you. Why do you be on the mobile phones? Why don't we just go out for dancing or eating or walking together? So I think discussing the issue is always the best solution, and then to find together a solution. Or maybe they tell you, why don't you take your cell phone and leave us alone and you be on your cell phone as well? So if that's the solution, then everybody's on the cell phone.
Right. Okay. Does it help taking a nap in the daytime?
I personally, I love naps, and I every day nap. But this is me. and everybody knows, and a lot of people joke about me, but for my body, it really works. So again, everybody has to find that out for him or herself. Yeah, but I'm positive. I take a nap. Yes.
Perfect. Thank you. Let me see. How can we stop overthinking things when it's time to sleep?
Yeah, that's difficult. I don't know. I must admit, I just don't know, because when I have something that is on my mind and then it turns around, I don't know.
Right.
I can't. If you have it on your mind, I mean, the best is to solve the issue and then you can sleep. Yeah.
Okay, I think we should go with one last final question.
Yes, please.
Because the time is up.
Yeah, it's absolutely time up, yeah.
All right. How to do multitasking at one time? Because
We
whenever
had that one already.
Yes, because Amir says here, whenever I try to multitask in a single day, I always end up wasting time.
Absolutely.
On social media.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. I said before, Ria, that multitasking is not possible. I think it is not possible. You always end up doing some, as he said, on social media, because it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
Do one thing right, one thing after the other, but don't do multiple things at one time. It's damned to failure.
All right. Dr. Ursula, thank you very much. Let me just add here that for those of you that have completed this webinar, we will send you a certificate of attendance via email very, very soon. Please contact Bilal if you wish to find out more about Unicaf, and we will definitely be organizing another webinar very, very soon, and I hope to see you all there. Thank you very, very much for your time. Thank you, Bilal. Thank you, Amna. Thank you very much, Dr. Ursula. And we'll be in touch. I'm going to end this webinar now, and we will try to respond to the questions that have remained unanswered. Please expect to receive your certificates by next week. Thank you very much. Have a great night.
Thank you, Ria. If you may allow me also, thank you, Ria, for organizing this wonderful webinar, for the huge amount of time and energy that you put into it. It is the highlight of my day. Thank you, Ria.
And thank you very much, Dr. Ursula. This is together with the National Outreach Program and Mrs. Amna. Thank you very much, Bilal.
Yes, Ria.
And
thank you so much. It was a wonderful session, and thank you, Dr. Ursula. And I would also like to thank all the participants to spare their precious time. And we are just a call away. And I will also send my details so they can contact me for any assistance. We will send the details through email, and we'll respond all the questions as you said. And looking forward for a wonderful audience again.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your effort. Yes, thank you.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Stay safe. Bye-bye.